Hi, this is Alan Johnson with the AJ team, and today we're going to talk about how do interest rates affect you as a seller selling your property. Okay, today we're going to talk about something that's very different than most realtors talk about. Realtors always talk about how interest rates affect the buyers, okay? Someone who's going to buy a property, interest rates go up. How does that affect you, a buyer? Today we're going to talk about some things that people typically don't talk about. How does that interest rate affect you when you're selling your property? Okay, so first rule of thumb, the 1% 10% rule. As interest rates rise, okay, so if interest rates go up by 1%, then home values go down by 10%. It's a 1% 10% rule, okay, and vice versa. If interest rates lower by 1%, then values of homes typically rise by 10%. Okay, let me make sure I said that. I want to make sure I got that correct. So 1%, 10%. When interest rates rise by 1%, right, values go down, and inversely, when interest rates go lower by 1%, then the value is going to rise by 10%. You guys get it? Okay, I want to make sure you got it and make sure that you're clear. So, simple rule, okay, interest rates right now are at 3.5% around somewhere. So if interest rates go up by 1% to 4.5%, and you have a home that's valued at 500,000, take 10% off of the value of that home. So 10% off of 500,000 is what? 50,000. So the potential value that you lost is around $50,000 on a home that's valued at $500,000. Something that people don't talk about, and something that you need to think about if you're thinking about selling your home within the next, let's say, 3 to 12 months. Okay? So think about where interest rates are right now. 3.5%. I want to give you a quick history lesson. In 2013, interest rates were at 4.5%. That's 1% difference in rate, and that's not too long ago. Okay, 2008, at the bottom of the real estate market, guess what interest rates were? 6%. Okay, so if I'm hedging my bet on where interest rates are going to go between now and the next 12 months, now I don't think they're going to skyrocket to rates that are going to affect the economy that much, but I do think that 3.5% interest rate is going to be very different with this time next year. Okay, and when you think about that, when you're selling your home, it's not necessarily you're not necessarily going to buy a home, but the buyer who's coming to purchase your home is affected by the interest rate. So if their rate goes up, their mortgage payment goes up. The house that they could afford today at a 3.5% interest rate is now less affordable for them. So those are things that you really need to think about. If I am going to sell my property, I am looking to sell my property when the interest rates are dirt cheap, because the person that's coming to purchase my property can afford it. That means that my rate, the value of my home, is going to be worth more in their eyes. So when you're thinking about selling your home, think about where interest rates are, because they definitely affect you, because we're not in a cash buyer situation here in Northern Virginia. I would say roughly 95% of all people who are purchasing properties in this area are using some type of loan, and they're thinking about not only the value of their home, but they're also the value of your home, but they're also thinking about the interest rate that the bank's going to give them. So these are things that you need to think about. We're holistic realtors. We think about the entire cycle of the economy, because this is what good realtors are supposed to do for you guys. We rather you guys be proactive rather than reactive when it comes to real estate. So you have the dream, we have the address. Alan Johnson. I know this was a kind of heady topic. If you guys are thinking about selling your home over the next year, let's sit down and talk, because we can game plan and get you in the right situation. You have the dream, we have the address, and we will see you soon.